Hey everybody, welcome back to Smith's Customs. You got Jacob here. Alright, so let's try to work on getting the carburetors back on a nice little V Star project here. And well, the goal of today is to try to breathe some life back into this thing. See if we can get it fired up, get it going. We're going to start by doing a video on doing the carburetors, and then I'm going to go ahead on just installing the carburetors. I've already went through cleaning them and everything. Then on the next video, we're going to go ahead and replace all the fuel lines, top to bottom, side to side, get all new fuel lines on this thing. Then we'll hook it up to the life support system and see if it'll live. So, that being said, let's go ahead, let's get started on this thing. I'll try to bring the camera in a little bit better here. I'll get my camera crew to cooperate. We'll point this down a little bit. Let's go ahead and zoom in some. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and get these carburetors back on. It's been a slow process on this. Obviously, I'm feeling a little bit better. My back's working a little bit now, and we're kind of back moving a little bit. Not perfect yet, but we're getting there. All right, go ahead and start by sliding these guys back in here. Okay, I made that sound a lot easier than it actually is, apparently. Gotta get them jiggled in there just right. There we go. We're getting there. There we go. Alright. Now I gotta get these guys twisted into place. That side in first. Get that started. We're just going to get these pushed into the carburetor boots here. Well, maybe. This one side's playing a little hard to get here. Go ahead and take my screwdriver here and work the boot onto the outside of the carburetor. Maybe that give it a little more clearance. There we go. Now they're going in. Alright, the carburetors are in place. Now we're just going to go ahead and get our Allen wrenches and get them tightened up. And then we can start putting all our cables and everything back on. Now, we're not going to hook up our fuel lines to these just yet because, well, we're going to replace all the fuel lines. It's going to get all brand new fuel line. Just because, well, this bike has had some issues. It's had a lot of stuff run through the fuel system. That's the reason we're going to run it on the life support system because, well, I don't feel like contaminating this fuel system after I get done doing it. There's that tank's nasty. We're going to actually do a video on cleaning the fuel tank on this because it does have some rust in it. Not a lot, but apparently it's just enough to keep messing everything up. Okay, that one's tightened down. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten the screw on this clamp. Get this side tightened down here. All right. Now those are tightened down, so what we're going to do, we got our two wires here. One is a throttle position, the other one is basically like a fuel heater. We're going to go ahead and we're going to run those wires underneath the tab like they're supposed to be. Push that tab back in place, and we're going to plug those wires in. Okay, we got the one plug plugged in. Now we're going to plug the other plug in. Here we go. All right. Those are plugged in. Now we have our choke and our throttle. So our choke, very simple. That just runs up here. We run our barrel in place, the barrel end of it in place. Ooh, maybe. Here we go. Run it right underneath our holder. Get that in place. Use a screwdriver to tighten that guy down. Okay. Then we have our main pull. So the easiest way to tell which one is which. Okay, if you grab the throttle, I'll try to get my arm out of the way. If you grab the throttle and you twist like you're giving it throttle, the one that pulls is your accelerator one. The other one is a retard. It's just to keep tension on the system, keep everything working and flowing nice. So if you ever get into trouble and you don't know which one's which, that's an easy way to figure it out. Same thing, we're going to go ahead and put that barrel in place on the carburetor. We'll run that up. Well, we're going to get the other one in place too, because both cables are wanting to go up to the same spot together, so might as well have them both in place, so we can just put them both on at the same time. Alright, there we go. We got the main pull in place. Now we're going to put the return in place. Okay, now both those are in place. I'm going to go ahead and tighten these guys up. I'm only going finger tight for right now, so that way we can adjust the cables the way we want them. I'll explain that in just a second. Let's get them put up in place first. Alright, let me grab a 10mm wrench and I'm going to grab a Phillips. Okay, now I'm going to tighten up this choke cable really quick. Make sure it's sitting in the proper position. Just going to take my Phillips, tighten that guy up. Okay, there's that. Now my 10mm is for my cables. Before I tighten it up, I see how much play is in that cable, because that is adjustable down here. That feels about right. Got about an 1/8 to 1/4 inch of movement before it actually pulls the throttle. You always want to leave a little slack in there. You don't want it tight, because if it's too tight, you'll have issues with idling and things like that because it won't be releasing all the way. Alright, those are on. I guess that's as far as we're going to go on this video, and on the next video we'll be coming in and we'll be tearing the side cover off, putting all new lines top to bottom on this thing and getting them run to the carburetor. And after we do that, we can throw the air breather stuff back on and try to fire this boy up and see what she'll do. Alright, that's it on this one, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. If you've been following along, I appreciate the support. If you're just tuning in, hey, check out some of the previous content, you know. Like, subscribe, share. Alright, see you guys on the next one.